Just a hollow space where your denim used to hang. I still walk softly, though I don't know how to quiet the silence that hit me like a bang. I found a receipt in an old desk drawer for a dinner we had when the world was ours. Now I'm just pacing this hardwood floor, counting the minutes and the lonely hours. It's the way the light hits the floorboards at 5 that makes me forget you're no longer alive. In my world, in my space, in the plans that we made, I'm reaching for hands that have already strayed. And I'm still chasing shadows in the hallway, watching the moonlight play tricks on the door. I swear I hear your footsteps in the small way you used to come sneaking across the floor. But the air is thin and the walls are cold, and I'm holding on to stories that'll never be told. Yeah, I'm just a ghost in this house we made, chasing the shadows before they fade. The dust is settling on your favorite tree. I haven't moved it since you said goodbye. There's a lingering scent of you in the air, or maybe it's just a trick of the eye. I reach for your hand when the house gets loud, with the sound of the wind or a settling beam. Yeah, I'm just grasping at a passing cloud, waking up slowly from a broken dream. It's the way the silence sounds like your name that makes every morning feel exactly the same. In the kiss, in the bedroom, the places we go, I'm living with secrets I don't wanna know. And I'm still chasing shadows in the hallway, watching the moonlight play tricks on the door. I swear I hear your footsteps in the small way you used to come sneaking across the floor. But the air is thin and the walls are cold, and I'm holding on to stories that'll never be told. Yeah, I'm just a ghost in this house we made, chasing the shadows before they fade. The light from the street lamp cuts like a knife, painting a silhouette that looks like your life. I run to the corner, I reach for the frame, but I'm just a whisper calling your name to a room that doesn't recognize me anymore, to a heart that locked and bolted the door. Left the keys on the counter, right where they belong. Beside the coffee mug you cracked when nothing was wrong. The house is too big now, the ceiling's too high. I'm trying to breathe, but I'm breathing in wide. The silence is heavy, it's a physical weight. I'm checking the clock, but I know it's too late. Your side of the closet is an empty white space, a glaring reminder I can't just erase. I still smell your perfume on that one old gray shirt. It's funny how something so sweet can just hurt. I'm walking in circles, I'm pacing the floor, just waiting for sounds that don't come anymore. It's the ghost of a laugh, it's the slam of a door, it's the things that we said that we don't say no more. It's building a fever, it's a chill in my bones, the loudest of voices, but I'm all alone. I'm living in the echoes of a goodbye, resonating off the walls of this empty life. Every I love you is a distant cry, cutting through the dark like a jagged knife. I reach for the air, but I'm grasping at smoke. The promises made are the ones that we broke. Now I'm just a shadow under a hollow sky, living in the echoes of a goodbye. I saw your reflection in a shop window downtown. For a second the world stopped spinning around, but it was just a stranger with your shade of hair. A moment of hope turned to total despair. The city is crowded, but I'm on an island. The noise of the traffic is somehow so silent. I'm living in the echoes of a goodbye, resonating off the walls of this empty life. Every I love you is a distant cry, cutting through the dark like a jagged knife. I reach for the air, but I'm grasping at smoke. The promises made are the ones that we broke. Now I'm just a shadow under a hollow sky, living in the echoes of a goodbye. Did you mean it when you said we'd be fine? Was forever just a way to pass the time? Now the forever is a debt I can't pay, and the fine is a million miles away. Can you hear me? Can you hear the sound of my heart in the cold hard ground? It's ringing, it's screaming, it's calling your name, but the echo is the only thing that remains. I'm living in the echoes of a goodbye, resonating off the walls of this empty life. Every I love you is a distant cry, living in the echoes of a goodbye. You left the room, but you didn't close the door. And I'm still staring at the shadows on the floor. You spoke so softly, barely moved the air. But those 5 words are more than I can bear. But we can't do this anymore. Is a ghost that's haunting every corridor. I try to sweep the silence into the corner, but I'm just a lover turned into a mourner. I'm picking up the pieces of a quiet storm, trying to remember how your hands felt warm. But the air's turned to lead in here, and every breath I take is laced with fear. It wasn't a shout, it wasn't a scream, it wasn't the nightmare that wakes you from a dream. It was a flicker, a spark going out, the smallest sound that filled me with doubt. Oh, the weight of a whisper is pulling me down. It's a heavy sea where I'm starting to drown. You didn't have to yell to break my heart in two. Just a breath of a sentence was enough for you. Now it's ringing in my ears like a cathedral bell. The weight of a whisper is my own private hell. I see your ghost in the steam on the glass, watching the minutes and the memories pass. I'm shouting at the walls just to hear a sound, to keep my feet from sinking in the ground. But the louder I get, the smaller I feel, searching for something that's actually real. Oh, the weight of a whisper is pulling me down. It's a heavy sea where I'm starting it had.
Clock on the wall is a heart that won't beat. I'm tracing your name in the dust on the sheet. 12:01 and the world's gone to sleep, but I've got these promises I couldn't keep. I'm lighting a candle for things that have died, for the us that we buried, for the me that's inside. The wine's gone sour in the glass on the stand, like the touch of a ghost when I reach for your hand. I'm writing a speech that I'll never read out to a room full of shadows and static and doubt. We didn't go out with a bang or a flame, just a cold, quiet flicker, and nobody's to blame. It's the funeral of we, it's the end of the line, a slow motion crash in the back of my mind. The flowers are plastic, the memories are gray. I'm watching the best of me wither away. This is my midnight eulogy to the version of you that was staying with me. I'm saying goodbye in the dark of the hall, watching the photographs fall from the wall. No black ties or limos, no crowd in the pews, just me and the ghost of the life that I lose in this midnight eulogy. Sorting through clothes that still carry your scent, wondering where all the forever years went. The neighborhood's quiet, the streetlights are dim. I'm sinking in water where I used to swim. Every remember when feels like a stone in a house built for two, where I'm dying alone. This is my midnight eulogy to the version of you that was staying with me. I'm saying goodbye in the dark of the hall. Eulogy. May the laughter we had find a place in the sky. May the tears that I'm crying eventually dry. I'm laying the forever deep in the dirt, under the weight of a world ending hurt. Rest in peace, baby. Rest in peace, us. Everything we were is returning to dust. The chlorine is stinging, or maybe it's just the regret. The blue of the tiles is the only friend I have left. I'm sitting on the edge where the shallow meets the dark, trying to find where we lost that final spark. The water is glass, it's a mirror of my face. A stranger is staring back in this empty place. You used to dive in, you used to make a splash. Now you're just a memory, a sudden cold flash. I'm wearing your sweatshirt, it's heavy and soaked, like the very last words that you said before you choked. I don't love you enough, it's the weight around my neck, leaving me here on this porcelain life. And the surface is shimmering, calling my name, but nothing beneath it will ever be the same. I'm taking a breath, but I'm filling with lead, replaying the things that we never quite said. And I'm chlorine tears in the deep end tonight, where the blue meets the black and there's no sign of light. You're safe on the shore while I'm drifting away in a saltwater canyon where I had to stay. The ripples are fading, the silence is loud. I'm lost in the water, I'm lost in the cloud. Just tears in the deep end, drowning in you. The moon's overhead, it's a spotlight on my grief. I'm looking for it, I'm looking for relief. But the deeper I go, the more it feels like home, a liquid cathedral. I'm all alone. I'm tracing your outline in the bubbles that rise. 1,000 goodbyes in the shape of your eyes. And I'm crying tears in the deep kettle whistled, but I didn't hear the sound. I was busy staring at the shadows on the ground. I poured a cup for two, like I always used to do, before I remembered that there isn't any you. Now the steam is gone and the porcelain is chilled, just like the way you left me standing perfectly still. I walked into the kitchen, then I forgot why I came. I tried to speak out loud, but I tripped over your name. The calendar is stuffed on a Tuesday in July, the day the color drained right out of the sky. I'm living in a museum of the things we used to be, surrounded by the ghost of you and me. It's the quietest kind of torture, this domestic little war between the person I wasn't and the person at the door. I'm waiting for a floorboard to creak under your weight, but the silence is the only thing that's staying out late. And it's just empty rooms and cold tea, and the bitter taste of what you took from me. How wide and full hallways that don't lead anywhere, talking to the mirrors and the dust in the air. Yeah, the house is still standing, but the home is all gone. Just empty rooms and cold tea, waiting for the dawn. Found your woolen socks tucked behind the sofa frame. I held them to my face, but they didn't smell the same. Just the scent of laundry soap and a little bit of time. The way a mountain feels when you've lost the will to climb. I'm pacing out the perimeter of everything I've lost, counting up the memories and the heavy, heavy cost. And it's just empty rooms empty rooms and cold tea, and the hollow space where you used to be. I'm wandering through hallways that don't lead anywhere, reaching for a ghost that isn't even there. Yeah, the house is still standing, but the fire is gone. Just empty rooms and cold I'm composed of all the things I didn't say, like a prayer that lost its wings along the way. I'm standing in the chapel of our past, watching shadows that the dying embers cast. There's no choir here to sing us to the grave, just the wreckage of the love I couldn't save. The altar of our bedroom is so cold, just a story that was prematurely told. I'm folding up the memories like a shroud, talking to God who isn't allowed, in a house where the silence is a scream, and the waking life is harsher than the dream. It's the sound of a candle burning out in the dark. It's the total erasure of every single spark. I'm holding my breath so I don't break the peace, waiting for the pain to finally find release. This is my silent requiem for you, for the eyes that we never made it through. There are no bells ringing, no voices in the hall, just the sound of the winter beginning to fall. I'm burying the ghost of the heart that I knew in a silent requiem just for you. I see your fingerprints on the window pane, blurred by the streaks of the morning rain. I'm a monument to everything we lost, a frozen statue paying out the cost. I'd scream your name until the sky turned red, but the silence is the only thing that's fed. This is my silent requiem for you, for the hours that we never made it through. There
other side of the door, but the amen never comes. No, the amen never comes. I try to swallow the words you said, but they turned into stones in my throat instead. Now every time I try to take a breath, it feels like a slow and heavy kind of death. I'm dragging the weight of the us we used to be across the jagged floor of my own memory. The doctor says my heart is beating fine, but he can't see the wreckage left behind the line. There's a grinding sound whenever I turn over, a landslide starting now that we're not closer. I'm a quarry of the things we didn't fix, building a wall out of mud and broken bricks. It's not a clean break, it's a jagged tear. It's the smell of the dust hanging in the air. I'm sinking down into the silt and the clay, watching the light of the sun slip away. And I've got gravel in my chest where my heart used to be. I can hear it rattling when I'm walking down the street. It's heavy and it's rough and it cuts me from the inside. There's nowhere left for a broken man to hide. You left me with the rocks and the dirt and the debris. Now this gravel in my chest is all that's left of me. I saw you laughing in the park the other day. I felt the landslide start to move the other way. A million little pieces shifting in my ribs are graveyard made of all our little white lies and fibs. I'm coughing up the dust of a dream that went dry, staring at the ceiling while the hours crawl by. And I've got gravel in my chest where my heart used to beat. I can hear it rattling when I'm walking down the street. It's heavy and it's rough and it cuts me from the inside. There's nowhere left for a broken man to hide. You left me with the rocks and the dirt and the debris. Now this gravel in my chest is all that's left of me. Grind it down, break it into sand. I'm sifting through the ruins with my bare bloody hands. You didn't just leave, you demolished the site. Now I'm breathing in the stone in the middle of the night. It's heavy, it's hardening. I'm turning into a mountain of everything you I've got gravel in my chest where my heart used to beat. I can hear it rattling so quiet down the street. It's heavy and it's rough and it cuts me from the inside. There's nowhere left for a broken man to hide. You left me with the rocks and the dirt and the debris. Now there's gravel in my chest is all that's left of me. I'm looking at a Polaroid from 3 years ago, before the winter came and stayed, before the heavy snow. We're standing by the coastline, the salt was in our hair. I can almost taste the sunlight in that summer air. Your hand was tucked in mine like it was built to fit. I didn't know back then I was looking at the summit. Now I'm just a fragment of the man I used to be, a puzzle with the pieces scattered out at sea. I try to glue the edges, but the margins never meet. I'm walking through the house on tired, aching feet. Every mirror in the hallway bottom of the bin, and for a second I could feel your breath against my skin. It's a dangerous kind of magic, playing back the tape, searching for a door or a window for escape. But the tape is getting grainy and the colors start to bleed, and I'm starving for the kind of love I no longer need. And I'm tracing back the map to find the center of the soul, to the last time, the very last time I felt whole, before the cracks began to show, before the light went dim, before I learned to sink when I was taught to swim. I'm a million miles away from the person in that frame, trying to remember how to breathe without your name in the last time I felt whole. Was it the night by the river? Was it the drive in the rain? When did the joy turn into this permanent stain? I'm screaming at the calendar to turn the pages back. I'm trying to bridge the distance across this massive crack. I miss the me that loved you. I miss the me that knew that I was complete before I met the end of you. The window's open wide, but the room is getting tight. I'm gasping for a reason to make it through the night. You took the oxygen when you walked out the door, left me gasping for a ghost on the bedroom floor. It's funny how the sky can be so wide and blue, while I'm choking on the space that's missing you. I'm reaching for my throat, trying to find the catch, a fire in my lungs, but I can't find the match. The curtains haven't moved, the fan is spinning slow, but there's a vacuum in the places where we used to go. I'm a diver at the bottom with a broken line, watching all the surface light begin to decline. It's the pressure of the silence, it's the gravity of no, it's the way the stay with me had nowhere left to go. My chest is moving up and down, but nothing's getting in. Just the desert of the life where us has never been. I'm drowning in dry air, sinking on the land, reaching for a shoreline made of shifting sand. There's no water in my
go by. How is everybody breathing while I'm about to die? The air is full of nitrogen and dust and static heat, but it's a poison in my system, bitter and bittersweet. I'm a fish out of the water on a burning deck, with the weight of every always hanging around my neck. And I'm drowning in dry air, sinking on the land, reaching for a shoreline made of shifting sand. There's no water in my lungs, but I can't seem to breathe. Ever since you told me that you had to leave, I'm wide awake and gasping under a cloudless sky, drowning in dry air, waiting for the why. I can't, I won't. You think I'm fine because I'm stimping? Not I don't. The atmosphere is crushing every bone inside my chest. I'm screaming for a lungful just to put the pain to rest. It's thin, it's cold. This isn't how the story was supposed to be told. I'm drowning and dread, sinking on the line. There's no water in my lungs, but I can't seem to breathe. Ever since you told me that you had to leave, I'm wide awake and gasping under a cloudless sky, drowning in fire, just drowning. I'm wearing black to the kitchen table today, watching the ghost of us finally drift away. There's no casket here, just an empty chair, and the scent of your ghost still hanging in the air. I'm gathering the letters in the dried up rose. This is how the story of a heartbeat goes. I didn't invite the neighbors or the friends we knew. They wouldn't understand this quiet me and you. I'm digging a hole in the backyard of my mind for the version of me that I'm leaving behind. The sun is too bright for a day this cold, for a love that's been bought and a soul that's been sold. the saddest show. The headstone is made of the things we didn't do, like the trips to the coast and the I'll change for you. I'm sifting through ashes of a fire gone out, turning the we into what was it about. I'm folding the flag of a country that failed, a ship in the harbor that never quite sailed. And I'm holding a funeral for a feeling tonight in the glow-gray glow of the morning light. No one is crying, no one is here, just the salt on my cheek and a permanent fear. I'm laying the always down in the ground while the world keeps on spinning without a sound. Rest in peace, love, I'm letting you go. At this funeral for a feeling, the saddest show. May the earth take the anger, may the rain wash the wine, may the memory of us find a place in the sky. I'm throwing the dirt on the dreams that we shared. I'm trying to forget that I ever even cared. With ashes to ashes, dust into dust. This is what happens to love you can't trust. I'm losing my edges, I'm blurring the lines, like a Polaroid left in the sun for too long. I'm searching for us in the usual signs, but the colors are muted, the rhythm is wrong. You're a sharp, vivid memory, a knife in the dark, but I'm just a smash, just a dying out spark. The pictures on the wall are starting to pale. The blue in your eyes is turning to gray. I'm a ghost in a story, a ship with no sail, just drifting a little bit further each day. I used to be solid, I used to be. Now I'm just a texture I can't even feel. It's not a sudden break, it's a slow motion leak. The more that I want you, the more I get weak. I'm turning to static, I'm turning to mist from the girl that you canvas that's wearing away from within. I'm a whisper of maybe in a room full of no, watching the best parts of me start to go, and I'm mastering the art of fading out, learning how to live with the ghost of a doubt. I'm becoming the background, I'm blending with the wall, waiting for the moment that I don't feel it all. No grand finale, no scream or a shout, just the quiet, lonely art of fading out. Am I still here? Do you see through me? The version you knew is a shadow of we. I'm dissolving in light, I'm losing the fight to stay in the frame of the rest of your There's glass in the carpet and dust on the shelf. I'm picking through pieces of my former self. The always we promised is twisted and bent like a letter of love that was never quite sent. I'm walking through ruins with no shoes on my feet, in a house that feels more like a cold, empty street. The smoke is all cleared, but the sky is still black, and there isn't a map that can lead us both back. I'm looking for something that's worth trying to save, but I'm standing on top of a shallow dug grave of the plans that we made and the dreams that we sold for a story that ended before it was told. It's the silence after the sirens have gone. It's the weight of the dark just before the dawn. I'm holding a fragment of you in my hand, trying to understand how we couldn't stand. I'm standing in the wreckage of us tonight, searching for a spark or a sliver of light. But the steel is all rusted, the wood is all charred, and moving on from you is just too damn hard. I'm a survivor with nowhere to go, clinging to a ghost that I used to know in the wreckage, the beautiful wreckage of us. The sign initials carved into the door, but the door isn't attached to the wall anymore. Everything solid has turned into sand, slipping right through the palm of my hand. I'm a ghost in a junkyard of what could have been, paying the price for our original sin. And I'm standing in the wreckage of us tonight, searching for a spark or a sliver I'm staring at the ceiling where the shadows used to dance, but now they're just flickering, losing their chance. I try to tune into the frequency of us, but the signal is buried in the salt and the rust. Your voice is a ghost on a frequency I can't find, just a hum in the back of a hollowed out mind. The breakfast table's quiet, the coffee's gone cold, like a secret we kept that was never quite told. I'm reaching for a channel that's been disconnected, searching for a love that was never protected. I'm a television screen in an empty hotel, playing nothing but the story of how we both fell. It's the white noise of never, the hum of goodbye. It's the gray in the center of a clear blue sky. I'm losing the picture, I'm losing the frame. Everything I see is starting to look the same. And I've got static in the soul tonight. I can't see the wrong, I can't see the right, just a blurred out memory of your face, taking up the frequency in this empty space. It's loud and it's lonely and it won't let go. This flickering, beautiful, terrible show, just static in the soul. It's louder when I dream, but the signal was weak. I couldn't hear a single word you tried to speak, just a pixelated version of the way you used to smile across the digital ocean, 1,000-mile Nile. I'm drowning in the interference of what we used to be, while the white noise is rising and swallowing me. And I've got static in the soul tonight. walking through the kitchen, but I don't feel the floor. It's like the wood is paper and the glass is just a door to a basement full of shadows where I keep the me you knew. Before the world got heavy and I lost the scent of you, I'm treading very lightly, trying not to leave a trace in a house that's slowly turned into a designated space. The garden's looking skeletal, the roots have all gone dry, like the way we stopped looking each other in the eye. I planted all the forevers in the middle of the yard, but the soil turned to powder and the winter hit us hard. I'm standing on a surface that is thinner than a lie, waiting for the moment that the earth begins to cry. It's the air, the wind, the white. It's the resonance of God. It's the feeling that the evening is never hitting dawn. I'm stepping on the cracks and I'm falling through the seams in a landscape made of nothing but some discontinued dreams. And I'm standing on hollow ground tonight, waiting for the gravity to take away the light. The foundation is crumbling, the structure's giving way, and I'm a victim of the almost and the things we didn't say. It's a cavern in my chest, it's a vacuum in my soul, standing on hollow ground, and I'm losing all control. I saw your silhouette against the curtain in the hall, but it was just a shadow of a shadow on the wall. I'm digging for a solid place to plant my weary feet, but everything is shifting like a desert in the heat. I'm a tenant in a temple that is built on shifting sand, with the blueprint of a future that I'll never understand. And I'm standing on hollow ground tonight, waiting for the gravity to take away the light. The foundation is crumbling, the structure's giving way, and I'm a victim of the almost and the things we It's been 7 months and 16 lonely days since I saw your taillights fading through the haze. I haven't changed the sheets, I haven't moved your books. I'm avoiding all the mirrors and the way my kitchen looks. Because if I see the dust, it means that you're really gone, and I'm not ready for a world that's moving on. The neighbors think I'm crazy, they see the electric bill, but they don't know the way the midnight air is cold and still. I keep the porch lamp burning like a beacon in the rain, a lighthouse for a sailor who's forgotten all his pain. I'm staring at the driveway from the window in the hall, just waiting for a shadow or a footstep or a call. It's the hope that's the poison, it's the maybe that's the blade, it's the price I have to pay for every promise that we made. I
I'm still leaving the light on, just in case you're near. I'm burning up the darkness just to prove that I'm still here. It's a signal in the static, it's a prayer for your return. Leaving the light on, even if I have to burn.
Concrete's cold beneath my tired feet. I'm hiding from the sunlight on the street. There's a mountain made of cardboard and gray tape, a fortress where there isn't an escape. I found your winter coat and that old blue scarf. The things that used to make me feel so safe and sharp, now they're just fabric, just fibers and thread, in a room full of ghosts and the words we never shared. I'm labeling the memories fragile and key, but the pile of discard is getting rather deep. Here's the lamp we bought for the house we never found, and the record that we broke when we hit the ground. I'm sifting through the layers of a 3-year war, wondering what the hell we were even fighting for. I'm a curator of wreckage, a king of the dust, trading in my diamond for a handful of rust. It's the tape peeling back, it's the marker going dry, it's the way the ink smudges when I start to cry. I'm sealing up the us that I used to adore and shoving it further toward the back of the floor. And I'm just moving boxes in the garage tonight, trying to make sense of what we didn't do right. I'm packing up the laughter, I'm stacking up the pain, trying to find a shelter from the memory of rain. It's heavy and it's hollow, and it's taking up the space where I'm supposed to build a brand new life in your place. Just boxes in the garage, and a heart that won't close. I saw a photo of us tucked inside a boot, before the tree was withered, before we lost the root. We were smiling at the camera like we knew the way home, before I was a statue and you were the phone. On a wave that crashed and pulled me out to sea, leaving only these cardboard containers of me. And I'm just moving boxes in the garage tonight, trying to make sense of what we didn't do right. boxes in the garage, and a heart that won't close. Throw it all away, burn the memories. I can't breathe in here with all these used to be's. The ceiling is low, the walls are closing in. I'm drowning in the places where we didn't even begin. Get it out, make it stop. I'm standing on the edge and I'm ready to Sudden, dramatic silence for 2 seconds. The sound of a box falling and spilling over. I'm still moving boxes in the garage tonight, just waiting for the morning to bring a little light. I'm packing up the laughter, I'm stacking up the pain. I'm trying to find a shelter from the memory of rain in the boxes of The sheets are still tucked in, perfectly straight, like they're waiting for someone who's running real late, hugging the edge. I'm afraid to move over, afraid of the space where there isn't any clover. The pillow is cold and the indentation's gone. I'm staring at the ceiling, just waiting for dawn. I found a stray hair on the fabric today, a golden reminder of a girl but far away. I should wash the linen, I should clear the space, but I'm not ready to live in a ghost-haunted place. I'm a king of a kingdom that's divided by cotton, ruling over the memories we've both forgotten. It's the desert on the right, it's the winter on the left, it's the physical weight of being bereft. I reach out my hand in the middle of a dream, but I'm just touching the air and a pale moonbeam, and I'm staring at your side of the bed tonight, in the lonely blue glow of the digital light. It's a canyon, it's an ocean, it's 1,000 miles wide, with nowhere for a broken-hearted lover to hide. I'm sleeping in the wreckage of a house built for 2, with a permanent vacancy reserved for you. On your side of the bed checking my phone just to see if you're near, but the screen is just a mirror of a single cold tear. I'm a prisoner of habit, I'm a slave to the side of the mattress where the best of our history died. And I'm staring at your side of the bed tonight in the lonely blue glow of the digital light. It's a canyon, it's an ocean, it's 1,000 miles wide, with nowhere for a broken-hearted lover to hide. I'm sleeping in the wreckage of a house built for two, with a permanent vacancy reserved for you. On your side of the bed, I'm rolling over, I'm trying to fill the hole, but the coldness is sinking right into my soul. I'm screaming at the fabric, I'm begging for a sense, wondering where all the forever years went. It's empty, it's a hollow point wound in a bedroom that's starting to feel like soon. I'm still staring at your side of the bed tonight. If this winter morning would bring back the lights, a canyon, it's an ocean, it's 1,000 miles wide, with nowhere for a broken-hearted lover to hide. On your side of the bed. The hostess asked just one, and I couldn't find my breath. It felt like a sentence, like a little kind of death. I'm sitting by the window where the candlelight is low, watching happy strangers in a world I used to know. I ordered for a ghost, I poured a second glass of wine, trying to pretend that I'm doing perfectly fine. The menu's just a blur of things we used to love to share. I'm talking to the shadow in the velvet-covered chair. The waiter keeps on glancing with a pity in his eyes. I'm wearing my composure like a heavy, dark disguise. I'm a portrait of a person who's forgotten how to touched her hand exactly like you did yesterday. The air in here is getting thin. The walls are closing in. I'm wearing all the could-have-beens like a second skin. I'm a customer of coldness, a patron of the pain, waiting for the check so I can head out in the rain. I'm sitting at a table for one tonight under the flickering amber-colored light. There's a hole in the air where you're supposed to be, and the vacancy is starting to swallow me. It's a banquet of heartaches, a feast of regret, a dinner for two that I haven't finished yet, at a table for one, just me and the gone. Take the plate away, blow the candle out. I'm screaming in a whisper, I'm paralyzed by doubt. The reservation's over, the kitchen's going dark, but I'm still sitting here, searching for a spark. It's bitter, it's cold. This is the loneliest story that's ever been a sudden demonic silence for 2 seconds. The sound of a single glass I'm still sitting at a table for one tonight, just waiting for the morning to bring back the light. There's a banquet of heartaches, a feast of regret, a dinner for two that I haven't finished yet, at a table for The station's empty, the platform's cold and gray. I'm watching the last of the city lights fade away. I've got a ticket in my pocket for a town I don't know, running from a forever that I had to let go. The steam is rising from the tracks like a ghost in the air, reminding me of the winter when we were a pair. I'm sitting by the window, staring at my own reflection. A map in my lap, but I've lost all my direction. You're back in the apartment, probably changing the locks, packing my existence into cardboard boxes and shocks. I'm a passenger of maybe a tourist of the pain, watching the world go by through windows streaked with rain. It's the rhythm of the rails, it's the whistle in the dark, it's the total extinction of every single spark. I'm moving at 100 miles an hour toward the end, trying to remember how to be more than a friend. And I'm riding on the last train home tonight, chasing the shadow of a flickering light. The conductor is calling for a heart he can't see, in a carriage full of ghosts and the memory of we. It's a long, lonely whistle, it's a heavy iron soul, riding on the last train home, losing all control. The click-clack of the metal is a lullaby for the lost. I'm counting up the miles and I'm counting up the cost. I see a farmhouse in the distance with a light in the yard. I wonder if they're happy or if living is this hard. I'm a runaway from always, a refugee from us, turning my gold into a handful of rust. And I'm riding on the last train home tonight, chasing the shadow of a flickering light. The conductor is calling for a heart he can't see, in a carriage full of ghosts and the memory of we. It's a long, lonely whistle, it's a heavy iron soul, riding on the last train home, losing all control. Don't stop the engines, don't slow the wheels. I can't bear to feel what a human heart feels. The tracks are endless, the night is so wide, there's nowhere for a broken-hearted lover to hide. Speed it up, make the bridge shake. How much of this leaving can one person take? just waiting for the morning to bring a little light.